Okay, so we're gonna start with our stretch. So we start off with 25 jumping jacks, just 25. And then after you do 25, you're going to do arm circles, forwards, and you can do it about like 8 times. And then backwards, 8 more times. And then after you do arm circles, you stand in a straddle stand, legs wide, and then grab your stomach with one arm and lean over to the side. And hold it for, I say a lot of these stretches about 8 seconds. And then reach to your foot with both of your hands. And make sure that both of your legs are staying straight. And then you come back up and you do the same thing on the other side. It's really important that the legs stay straight, because if they're bending, it's not really gonna help. And reach to that foot with both hands too. Now after you do that, reach tall in the sky and bend over and reach down as far as you can. If you can't touch the ground, that's okay. Just try, as long as your legs are straight. Now we're gonna do a pike stand. So we're gonna stand with our ankles together really tight, legs straight, arms up, and reach as far as you can. And if it's this far, that's okay. And if you can get all the way down, that's great too. Your legs just need to be sure that they're straight. Now we're gonna bend down in a tuck stand and put your hands flat on the ground and put your bum up in the air as high as you can. And it's okay if your legs are bent, just make sure your hands are on the ground and your bum's up as high as it can go. Now we're gonna sit down into a pike sit. So sit down, legs straight again. Arms go up by your ears and reach down. It's okay if it's just far, just go as far as you can. Now we're gonna do a butterfly. Feet together and smell your toes. Okay, then we go into our straddle sit. And straddles are kind of important. It's important that your bum stays on the ground and that your legs are straight, like most of the stretches. Now, a lot of kids tend to bring their toes in like this when we do our stretches. And we need to make sure that they're looking up to the sky. We like to say keep your toes awake. So you're gonna grab your stomach and lean over. And just keep those toes looking at the ceiling and your bum on the ground. And reach as far as you can. Now you're gonna reach to that foot with both of your hands. And the same thing, keep your bum on the ground and your legs straight and toes looking at the ceiling. Now grab your stomach with the other arm and lean over. And reach to that foot with both hands. Okay, now this is where it kind of gets, a lot of kids bring their toes into the middle. We're gonna reach as far as we can to the middle, and it's very important that on this one they keep their toes looking at the ceiling and their bum on the ground. After this one, we push up into our middle splits. So they have to keep their their feet on the ground and push up. And it's important that they keep their bum and their feet in line, because some kids like to go forward and that's not how we do them. And some kids like to be back like this and lay down, and that's not middle splits either. So their bum needs to be in the air and elbows on the ground. And don't let them have their feet down like that, because they're not gonna slide. Make them point their toes and they'll slide down farther. Now after this, we swim through to still stretch, like this. And we need to have our hands facing forward, our fingertips, and our ankles together. Because some kids like to have them apart, but it just is really good to keep them tight and together for form. Now we go into cat stretch, and our bum needs to go up in the air and your shoulders go as far down as they can. Some kids go back like this, and that's not gonna stretch. Your bum needs to go in the air. Now we're gonna stretch out our wrists. So we put them down like this, flat on the ground. Just hold it, it's pretty easy. And we flip them over. And cross them. So it's like a Hershey kiss. Okay, now we're gonna go into our lunges, and this one's really important. So we need to be up on our high knees, and we take a really big step forward and bend our knee. See how my knee is not in front of my foot? A lot of kids tend to have their knee like this, and that's not how we wanna do it. So make sure it's a really big step, and bend your knee. And just hold it like this. Now we're gonna straighten out our front leg. I'll put our hands down by the side and try to make sure that their hips are straight in line, and try to smell their knee. Well, put their nose on their knee. And now we're gonna go into our splits. So slide down. If they can go all the way down, that's great. But if they can't, just make sure they have one hand on each side of their leg so that they're staying straight forward, so we're not going into middle splits. Now we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. So high knees, take a really big step forward and bend it. Don't let that knee go in front of the foot. Now we straighten out our front leg, put our nose to our knee, and hold it. Now we're gonna slide into our splits again. Make sure one hand is on each side of your leg, and slide down as far as you can. It's okay if it's just really high, just as far as possible. Now after splits, we're gonna stretch out our shoulders. So we put our hands behind us, and we scoot our bum forward, and let our shoulders go as far as we can. And if you want, you can try to touch your pinkies. Just don't let them have out here or up here. Make sure that they're stretching their shoulders really good. Next, we're gonna roll out our ankles. So we sit on our bum, bring one foot up, and just roll it out. And roll out the other ankle. Okay, now we're gonna do back bends. So we lay flat on our back, and our fingers need to be facing this way on both sides. And we push our belly up in the air, like this. And hold it for about 10 seconds. And come down. And some, it might be kind of hard, and like their back bend will be like this. But we really want to work on getting their back to be more flexible, because it will help them with other skills too. And if they can do a bridge down, then they need to start standing, arms by their ears, and bridge down. And hold that for the second back bend, or both. But just try to do 2 back bends, and after back bends, we generally do 5 tuck jumps, so just drop the knees, 5, and then 5 safety rolls. And safety rolls are really important because we're trying to teach the rec kids that they're falling back, that they need to put their arms by their ears or on their chest, not behind them. It's safer if it's in front of them or up by their ears. So we stand, either with our arms by our ears or on our chest. We sit down, roll, stand up. Or like this, roll, stand up. To teach them proper technique. And stretches should be about 10 to 12 minutes. And that's it.